On the school segregation issue, the mayor was quoted recently as saying that school desegregation should not be the result of any direct approach, but it should be a byproduct of policies that promote safe streets, strong schools, and good paying jobs. Do you agree with the mayor or not?
I mean, the statement is too empty.
Okay.
It is entirely too empty.
Okay.
I mean, it's much more complex than that. In fact, before stating a statement like that, he would have to say, well, we need to be very clear about returning resources into the places that we've removed them from.
That's a good point. But essentially he's saying it'll happen by itself.
And that is not the case.
While you're putting away resources from the community.
That just won't happen.
But you made a point that I think is extremely valid. And I'd love to.
Which is code for I don't agree.
Well, I don't think it's valid for the conversation, so I can disagree with it. But
yes, you can.
But the point, no,
yes,
I'm kidding. No. But you made a comment. Explain what you were saying about poverty and the issue of segregation.
What was that point?
You were saying that you feel like even where you can live wherever you want to, your kids, even if they don't have any money, should be able to go to a school that is high quality, no matter where they are.
That's true.
Right.
I do believe that, and I don't think that is I don't think that is
an unrealistic expectation.
I don't think that's an unrealistic expectation, and I'm just not buying anybody's rationale as to why it has to be that way or why it should be otherwise.
Sure.
You know, at the end of the day, one phrase I've always taken away from my father, rest in peace, is people do what they really want to do. And that's just plain and simple.
Yeah.
If they really wanted to solve the issue, they'd solve the dang issue.
I agree.
It's not rocket science. It's science, but it's not rocket science.
I agree.
And it is true. It is not to the best interest or the advantage of certain entities to solve this problem. For whether you want to believe it's urban myth or if you want to believe conspiracy theory, but I'm tired of everybody putting everything off on the parent, or I'm tired of people putting everything off on, well, there's not enough homeowners, and because there aren't enough homeowners, then the taxes, that's ridiculous.
And you're right, but again, as passionate as you are about that point, I am equally passionate about living in a community with predominantly poor, middle or lower middle class African Americans, that if we don't talk about economic empowerment at the end of the day, we live in a capitalist system. What I'm interested in is empowering these local communities. I do not believe the CPS is ever going to fully do right by poor black children on the South Side. I just don't. So in the meantime, how can we empower these families? How can we empower these communities to basically be able to fulfill and take advantage of the opportunities that exist in this country?
Well, first of all, I think one of the things is you have to inform people that the fix is not in. People are stagnant because they feel the fix is in. And they really do kind of have a, epic kind of attitude.
And what some of your guests have actually been talking about, what does it actually mean to have those discussions around what communities need as determined by that community?
And
so again,
meaningful discussions, not just say, yeah, we're going to have a public forum.
Right. So this, and again, so that generation of the issues and concerns are expressed by the people who are actually engaged.
But who should be leading those conversations? And that goes back to your alderman.
That's a whole other conversation.
No, it does. But that goes back to your alderman. That's your alderman's true responsibility. That conversation, that's not a conversation true. You are granted. You can have a conversation with CTU. You can have a conversation with the CPS
But the elected
board,
officials have a level of power, and they do.
The onus is on that elected official.
Yeah. Aldermen, state reps, you were going to say something?
Not with school policy, but the sentiment you expressed earlier about choice, that's something that was echoed across the city with 50 school closings. Parents kept saying, what we want isn't choice. We want a guarantee that the schools in our communities are going to be fully funded.
I don't know if parents were saying that. I do not agree with that. I do not agree with that. I have done enough work in this issue to know that parents want to put their kids in the best schools possible. They could care less if the schools in their neighborhoods go to hell in a handbasket if their kids can get into a good school.
Well, wait,
Especially, because CPS has been telling these parents for years we're going to fix the schools, and they haven't. So they're supposed to sit there and wait until they do, and they got a limited amount of time with their kids.
Let me backpedal.
They care about their kids.
Let me just backpedal just a little bit.
We can't backpedal. We got to go.
I'm going to backpedal a little bit because
2 seconds.
There's a neighborhood school around the corner from my house. And I understand that there is not proper policing, kids are getting shot. I would love for my child to literally walk around the school, around the
would
corner to
too.
go to school.
I would too.
Wealthy parents in suburbs don't have to do that.
But I think more
they get
black
that
kids in
guarantee.
the hood need to be in wealthy suburbs and understand that and live. This is America.
No,
This
they
is a
don't
capitalist
have
system.
to. No, they
Why
don't have
don't
to
put
be.
them
Gotta
all together?
go.
But
I'm
they deserve
sorry.
it.
No,
But
they
they
don't
deserve
have
it.
We're
to be.
closed. Thank
No,
you
they don't.
very much.
We need 5 more minutes.
We do.